Welcome to Cracking the Code, and this is our maiden show. We are very happy to be on air finally after a long period of planning and putting things together and making sure that we join the podcast crew and the podcasting world. My name is David Kanje, and I'm going to be your host for Cracking the Code. And with me is...
How should I introduce myself? Because I have, if you want to run with a popularity, Mr. Quest. A celeb name.
What is the government name? What name makes the money? Okay, there is the name that makes the money, and there is the government name.
The government
through which you pay the money.
The government name, Nicholas Katushabe, but the street name, Nicholas K. Quest.
Okay.
The celeb name, Mr. Quest.
Okay. I'm going to be doing this show with Mr. Quest. I think Nicholas is what is more palatable.
Don't forget the prefix.
Those ones always come in as and when they come in. But we're very excited to be bringing this show, and we're going to be talking so many things. And this being our maiden podcast show, we are looking at, a number of trends that are making news and what is happening around us in Kampala and Uganda at large. This show is all about covering business insights, news reviews, and roundups and commentary, and expect to have a number of guests. So that is something you should be looking out for. But then I don't know, Nicholas, what are we here to do? Why cracking the code for you?
Just as the name says, cracking the code. Both in life, careers, professionalism, and other things, there are those hard ceilings that are very hard to, I don't know if you've gone through a certain situation and you feel like there's that hard ceiling. You had to break through, to get up, to build up something. So cracking the code is about sharing conversations that help people, systems, humanity to get from one level to another.
Yep.
So there is a code and you have to hack it through. So we're going to be talking about inspiration. We're going to be talking about business hacks. We're going to be talking about relationships. I know that's your hard-to-go topic.
I stand accused, but nonetheless.
Yeah, we are also going to be reviewing principles and precepts of successful people. How did they make it? How did they get where they are? We dive deeper into the analysis of how does this thing work? How can we crack the code of a certain topic? Is it business? How do we crack the code of systems? Is it life? How do we inspire ourselves, motivate ourselves? Is it relationships? How comes some people have made it, others are always having heartbreaks? There's someone behind the camera who has that heartbreak, and we want to go there. But we are looking at how can we crack that code. So it's all, the show is about creating solutions for humanity, for systems that elevate productivity.
Okay.
Yeah.
But also when you talk about, cracking the code, every other day we wake up to crack different codes about life.
Exactly.
You wake up and you're like, how am I managing today?
Yeah, exactly.
You have a 10K to run around with, and you have issues of 100K to sort within the first hour alone.
Exactly.
So that alone, is a case to crack. But also there is the grand scheme of things that we have to look into. We've just come out of the political season where, different people showed up, pick tickets to run and vie for different political positions out of,
Were you part?
No, I didn't. And, we saw progressively how different people were fighting, some to retain seats, others to make their first, to debut in the political spaces. But also we saw a learning moment, how veteran politicians were being kicked out of their game, how new guys came in and took over. We saw how political parties played a big role. We saw how individuals running as independent candidates also came. And at the end of the day, the political code had to be cracked.
Exactly.
And for those who were able to, for reasons, some people were using their influence, other people had to use their godfathers, other people had to use their the will of the people. What do they call it? There's a name that was given.
You're talking of people power?
Something like that. But yeah, there are people who just showed up and were voted, and there are people who had to use force. There are people who jumped on the people power movement. You have the card.
Yeah, sure.
We saw how political that was. Who gets the card?
Yeah.
The ticket, the party ticket, and that is something that is central to our day-to-day running as a country, as a people. Being able to navigate the political space helps us to understand, and appreciate the work environment we are in. We can't run away from it. I mean, the financial year is 1 quarter away, and so many things are going to change. URA has to raise money which was lost in campaigns. So you can't stand and say that you are not interested or detached. So that is another code. The other code is we wake up every day to go to work, and work comes with its own issues. You wake up and you have 1,001 things to work on. You have targets, you have, clients.
Nagging bosses.
And I think you speaking as a boss, would you qualify yourself as a nagging boss?
I don't know.
Exactly. But that's one of the things. I want to throw it up to you, Nicholas, that help us understand when you are cracking the code in the workspace, what are the areas to look at? What is that one thing that someone has to consider, every day? Waking up, you're going to work. I mean, at the end of in January, we set new resolutions.
Yeah.
Quarter 1 is done. We're in quarter 2. In the workspace, how do we crack the code?
To me, I think from my experience, it may sound more technical to most people, but it's always about the processes, and then the systems, and the policies.
Okay.
Those 3 things, I think, rule everything. Not even only the workplace, but even wherever we go. The processes is the procedures of doing certain things.
Yeah.
In every home, in every life, there are people who wake up in the morning and they start by dressing up the shirt and they end with a boxer. Yeah. I'm just using a funny scenario. Everyone have a process of doing things, and when you've gotten into that space, the first thing to know is what are the procedures and processes of doing something here. Once you've mastered that, code number 1, is put up. Even as a boss, you also have to guide the people. What are the processes of doing this thing? If we are into construction, what is the process of us doing our work?
Is it all about getting materials to the construction site?
No. Then that's why buildings come differently. That's why some fall and others get up. A certain procedure, a certain process was messed up. Even homes, that's why you see some homes look beautiful, others don't look beautiful. That's why you see some people, you apply 100 people on a job, some get through, others don't get through. There's that code somehow, somewhere was cracked. You talked about politics. The processes. Some had the big fish behind.
Yeah.
Because they had learned to get through.
You have to have the backing.
Yes, that's the process that works for them.
Yes.
Some had money, but some also had luck. But you must understand that process. So it's something you can't get away from, and that's part of cracking the code. For me, I look at it as so important. The second one now goes to policies. Rules are rules.
Okay. Well, what do you mean by that?
Let's look at this. A car has a process. To start the car, you ignite the engine.
Yes.
And you move and you accelerate and follow all those things. But there are also policies that a car doesn't consume water.
Okay.
So that's a principle, kind of. So if for you,
the car world,
if you're stubborn and say, today I don't have money for fuel, let me take a shortcut and pour water into this car, you've compromised with the policy and it won't give you the results.
Yes.
Instead, you're destroying the whole engine. The moment you ignite and that water runs,
you're out.
Exactly. So that's why I'm saying most people are policies. And policies, by the way, are not about the rule of law or anything. They are also about the principles and beliefs that people have. So if we know David's policies is, if he tells you we meet at 1 and you come at 4, You've compromised on the policy.
Yes.
And you want to get the best you wanted from him. Away from that, we go to the systems.
Okay.
The systems, it's a channel through which things move. Because you can't have a procedure, you can't have a policy when you don't have a channel that governs all that. So those are the systems.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't, for example, you can't, you talked of politics, you can't be a speaker when you are not in the system of NRM.
I saw the president give a disclaimer that he has that the parliament, that those positions are contested for. People fought against. It's just that I think we saw it in 2021. No, yeah, I think 2021 when the president had, I think it was 2016, 17, rather 20. Yeah, I think it was 2016 when the president had to sit in the parliament to observe how people were voting. And you know what that means. He may not have said a word, but he sat. And he was in the gallery just sitting and observing. But you know what that means,
It's a system. It's a system issue. There must be a channel through which things run. So both when we're talking of cracking the code, the system is also much important.
Yep.
Where do you belong? Which channel do you move?
Okay.
Yeah, there must be, how should I call it? In the social space, we call it a fraternity. You must belong somewhere.
I think that's a case that applies to all of us. Like, at any one point, you must have an address.
Yeah, exactly.
You have to have a physical address. You have to have a work address. You can't just exist in the bubble or just, you've got to belong somewhere. Interesting. But then in the element of cracking the code, do you feel like at what point does one bring themselves to a place of cracking the code? Like, why is it something that we should pay attention to?
Now, you see, David, things work this way. When we are brought into this life, which we all go through as humans, whether you become a president or you're the Dangote of Africa or you're the Trump of the world, anything, means everything started with you. It's life.
Yep.
You're a human being. You're born. Now, when we are born, we are just cast into something we don't know. We call it life.
Yes.
And life is about dealing with things.
Okay.
So every day you have to deal with something.
The business of living.
Exactly. Every day you have to deal with something. And dealing with something, it's not random.
Okay.
The universe is just open. It may look like you can wake up, yawn, bathe and go. But when you give it attention, it's not random. There are certain principles, precepts you must follow to get the best results.
What are some of those? Because it comes off as something that, again, to my question, I wake up, I prepare myself to go to work.
Yeah, sure.
I do the work. In the evening, I go back home. So all I've done is I have showed up, done my part, gone back home. Isn't that what it's all about?
No. From the map of things above, it's all it's about. But have you ever wondered why you wake up and go to work from Entebbe and another one go to work in Kampala? The thing is, behind there is a technical solution to deal with, and that's what we call cracking the code. When you don't give it attention, it looks normal to you, but when you give it much attention, that's why you focus. Like, there is a code every day. There are codes.
Okay.
Even standing on a stage and waiting for a taxi, your brain must be so active to know which taxi to board, which border to board or not. Otherwise,
it's also a thing of timing that if you have to be at a location at your workplace at 8,
yes, exactly,
you have to start your journey not 7:30 or 7:40 or 50,
yes,
because there is a process to that.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. But then I would like you to help us also understand then the interconnectedness of things. If I try to understand my side of the story,
yeah, sure,
and other people don't, is it a thing I should be bothered with, or how interconnected is this cracking the code thing?
It's 50-50. You always be misunderstood. And there is no really, there is no consensus when it comes to life. Yeah, because I can't be you and you can't be me. It's like a spectrum.
Okay.
So there are things I would do that you can't do. There are things I would decide and you can't decide them. There is a game I can bring which you can't bring.
Okay.
There is a change I can bring which you can't bring. So it's a spectrum. When you're cracking the code, you just have to know you're on the spectrum of things. You can't, there is no consensus. There is no understanding. We can't be the same. And that's what makes life interesting. And that's what creates the codes. In tech, a code can't be the same. So there is a code that everyone has. It's like a password. Everyone uses their passwords. But at the end of the day, the password is to access our gadgets.
Yes.
But the passwords can't be the same. Even if we said we share, I may forget yours. So
open password,
yes,
open access.
yeah. So I think when cracking the code, I looked at it as someone being cast into a spectrum. We can't be the same across. Yeah.
Okay. Maybe for now, I just want to remind the people watching us that Cracking the Code is brought to you by Swerve Studios, and Swerve Studio is one meeting point for all things tech, media, and audit services. So you can check out the website and then see and learn something about the services on offer. But we are also hosted by Swerve Studios, located on Mutungo Hill, along Mutungo Ring Road. So that's where we are, and that's where we are shooting. We are on site and on location. So thank you. I would like to pick up your mind now, Nicholas, on this.
Yes.
As we go on with this podcast, what are some of the things we should look forward to?
In the upcoming episodes, I would want us to focus on the critical issues that affect humanity.
Okay.
Finance. We are going to have very strong, deep, and emotional conversations, confessions, hacks.
That is a bit of a threat.
Hacks, codes, ideas, opinions about finance, because finance rules everyone's life. We are also going to dive deeper into relationships.
We can look at.
I think you are the expert on that topic as well.
No. I think the idea of relationships tends to be reduced to what man does with his personal life, but there's also international relationships. We are talking geopolitics. We are talking all these things.
No. What I'm focusing about is personal relationships. So we're also going to be diving into. We are going to host most of the guests who have experienced, deeper emotional moments, who have had deeper heartbreaks, people who have overcome depression out of relationships, and how what's the impact of relationships to our lives, regardless of the 1 million heartbreaks that happen every day. Why do we still fall in love? You see, even yourself, you haven't given up on love.
I think it's a human endeavor. All people living have to deal.
Yeah, so exactly. We're going to dive deeper into that whole topic as well, because it's the biggest part of humanity. It's the biggest part of elevation. So it's a very powerful code if you master that. We're also going to dive deeper into a subsection of relationships, which is now sex, masculinity, femininity. They call it what? Feminism, femininity, what?
Those are two different components.
So which is which?
No.
The opposite of masculinity.
Cross that road when we
the
get
opposite
femininity. That is femininity.
Okay, that one. I don't know, whichever is you. So we're also going to dive into that and have conversations about men, about depression, about dealing with life as a man, as a woman, and other things. But also we're also going to dive deeper into the world of business and see the trends and the hacks and codes that are happening in business, have comparisons, analysis, data comparisons of many industries and all that. At the end of the day, that's cracking the business code. On top of that, we're also going to go into the world of tech among our conversations. What are the things trending in technology, AI, Internet of Things, what, social media, the trend of social media, the generation changes, and in social media, the impact of IT, social media, and anything to our lives and all that. Then from there, of course, we are going to dive into normal world conversations, politics.
The promise is bigger. That's
environment,
a lot of
yes.
stuff to look out for. But I think we are having this conversation at the right time.
Yeah, sure.
Especially when you talk about the element of mental health, that it's such a pivotal and central conversation for all of us. It's something that is affecting all of us today. You've never been in a position of doubt of your mental health until you are stuck in jam for 2 hours and they say you are going nowhere in that place. And it is worse when maybe you can't play any music, you can't listen to anything, but you just have to sit still and look at life, passing you by. But it's such a called for conversation, since so many things I think are happening, and we are likely to be missing out on things. But also we have to look into the broader spectrum of how the individual issues that we deal with, how they contribute to the bigger picture. Because, that famous quote, man is not an island entire to itself, but a part of the continent that coexists together. We bring our collective individuality together, and then that's how we cause chaos. I don't think it's easy to cause chaos when you're alone. It's easier to cause chaos when there are people who suffer on the repercussions. So that's where we are headed with this conversation, and we are looking at having one episode every week, and it will be coming to you live on Service Radio online. Tune into www.serviceradio.com, and then also it will be running. The episode will be running and airing on Service TV, Service Radio, and YouTube channel. You can check it out. And then just to remind you, we are fully funded by Mgaga called Swab Studios. Swab Studios is part of the Runback group, where they just do things tech, things media, things innovation. Reach out to them and pick a leaf. See how you can work together. And they are also behind our executive and glorious and beautiful production. So we are excited for this journey, because we are not doing it alone. We are in capable hands, I can say.
Yeah, sure.
It's not every day that podcast recordings start when they have partners to sponsor them.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so that's, I don't know, is there something else you would like to tell us, Nick, from your side that can help us, dig deeper into understanding and appreciating this conversation?
I don't know which specific side you're meaning that I would want to go deeper.
Let me break it down.
Yeah, sure.
From your side.
Yeah.
Why did you find it important to accept or to choose to be part of this podcast thing? It is a wave. Everyone today is podcasting. It's a matter of putting, a phone before you, or you can just live stream. Today we have, all these things. And besides, there is money which has been promised to YouTubers. So I don't know whether you are driven by the bonus.
Are you a member of that association?
I'm looking for people to introduce me. But the thing is, why now? Why this podcast, and why now?
I think to me it goes back to the background. I'm in business.
Okay.
I'm an entrepreneur. It's where the universe cast me, and I can't change that.
Okay.
But also professionally, I'm a consultant, and I deal with business analysis.
Okay.
But also life.
What does that mean?
Oh, which one?
Yeah, because when you say you have to deal with business analysis, I'm thinking, are you one of those people who are always looking at forex trends? The guys that
look at it from the life perspective.
Okay.
I'm a business doctor.
What does that mean?
That means I look at a business,
and
then I analyze and then prescribe what makes it
Okay.
Improve its health.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's the beauty of my work, and also with my life. Of course, I'm a parent, and I'm someone who have dealt with life and all that. So combining all that background, brings me to the thing that I realize that life is not just given to us. It's the map of life that we are given to, but internally there are many things we have to be dealing with, which we call codes. Every day we have to be coding somehow, cracking some codes, mending some codes, deleting some codes, and
this is I think it is easier to say. Every time we pick up our phones to text someone, every time we pick a call, every time we deliberately refuse to pick up a call, every time we send an email and, you just remind people to please find attached and all those things, every step contributes to them.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So to me, any conversation that runs around productivity, that runs about life transcendence, that runs on inspiration, that runs on something that takes me from distance to distance.
Okay.
I'm passionate about it, and I like it because that's how we humans grow. As I said from the start, we are all just born, but they are ceilings. We have to every day keep breaking one by one as we elevate, because life is transcendent, and you don't just get there.
Yes.
So every day you have to be dealing with some codes, some hacks.
You have to put in effort for something every day.
Yeah, you have to create. Okay. The tech guys always say they call it what? Synchronicities. Like
things have to be in sync.
Yes, anything of that sort.
Yeah.
So I think cracking the code as a podcast came in that way, that we must have human conversations, open conversations that can help us elevate and transcend as humanity, as professionals, as business people, as a community, as society, as anything.
Okay.
Yeah, regardless of your background, but there must be a code to deal with every day, and we learn from these conversations by sharing, because by having these open conversations about life, leaving nothing behind us, and get cut open and share our emotional and deep stories. It's how humanity becomes one, and we create authenticity between us, and we see one as a simple world that is holding each other to grow.
Okay.
Yeah.
It looks like the bright is very future, so
whichever it depends where it started from.
We really have a lot to look forward to.
Sure.
And I'm very excited with what we have to do. But most importantly for me, it's the fact that every other day, for as long as you wake up and show up, you are part of the bigger picture. Whatever you do, you contribute to the bigger picture, and whatever you don't do also contributes to the bigger picture, because every action matters, every step leads us, because we easily get trapped in doing the same things over and over again while expecting different results. Yet we have the obligation to do different things, to do things differently, and to try and look for different results. So I think we are good we are up to something good, and we expect you to join us and watch what we have. So please subscribe, hit the like button. We love to know what you have in mind, and also as you watch this, feel free to share with us what's on your mind, what you would like us to share with you. We will be having guest segments in the next episodes, and in those we will look at what are other people doing, what is happening in the rest of the world, and how are we, what's your role, how are you plugged in? Because at the end of the day, you have to be plugged in. You just can't wake up and do things differently. You have to be part of something. So thank you very much. I think this being our maiden episode, we may want to bring it to a close. But before I do that, Nicholas.
Yes, sir.
What is that one promise for the audience?
The one promise is one that we are going to go deeper. Deeper and deeper.
Okay.
We are going to have intense conversations. We are going to share experiences. Okay. We are going to share opinions. We are going to have bold conversations about mental health, about men, about relationships, about family, about it's cracking the code.
Yeah.
We are not going to leave anything behind. And for the guests who want to join us, as you apply to be our guest and have conversations, please just know this is a bold conversation. This is not something to just talk about what your English is too much for you, say candid. But we are trying to say we are going to be intense. We are going to go deeper, and we are going to be intentional, and we are going to be authentic.
Yeah.
There's nothing like sugarcoating of things. The conversations are going to be about cracking the code.
Yeah.
And when I say cracking the code, I mean it in its technical format of the conversation indeed must be about cracking the code. So if you have a conversation about business, indeed it will be a conversation about business, going intense and deeper. If it's about anything else, politics, this and that, it will be deeper. So expect great ideas coming on. We're also going to be having fun.
Yeah.
A lot of fun, a lot of music through the show. We're also going to be having a lot of shared experiences, emotional stories, and everything in between that really creates authenticity and helps us crack the code. Which code are you cracking today, by the way?
Today my code, I think, is about making sure that I skip smiling for these cameras because it's a lot of work and I'm not yet used to it. So I think that's the major lesson I have to make sure that I carry throughout the day. But yeah, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
We are at Swavis Studios, located in Mutungo off Ring Road. Mutungo Ring Road.
Sentongo Close.
Yeah, Sentongo Close. That's where we are, and that's where we're shooting from. Backed by none other than the Swav Studios, a product of the Runbat Group. They are responsible for our production and making sure that this gets to you and you get to see it on your airwaves. So reach out to them for all things tech, all things media, all things audit. Until the next episode, see you then.
Cracking the code. Bye.
Bye-bye.